Summer's starting, and with it, the learning doesn't need to stop. If you're looking for ways to keep your children engaged, here are 5 15-minute science activities you can do with your students.
The activities in this video are inspired by one of our curriculum developers, Amy Jones. Amy has a knack for helping children to wonder at the world around them. And if you'd like to hear more from Amy, you can watch an episode with her on the Everyday Educator podcast, where she really takes a deep dive into this topic. We'll link that for you below.
Float the boat. This series of experiments will illustrate concepts such as buoyancy and surface tension to help your student better understand how things interact with water. The first thing we're going to do is take a dishpan, fill it with water, and then grab a few items that we think might float. It could be ice. It could be something small, like a paperclip. How big or heavy do things need to be until they're unable to float? Let's make a chart and catalog them as we go through the list. The next experiment would be to take foil and to make a few different types of boats and see how many coins we can add to each one until they sink.
Sprouting sensations. Our next two collections of experiments contrast the difference between growing seeds in a controlled environment and a natural environment. Let's start with the controlled environment. For this experiment, you'll need seeds that sprout quickly, like radishes or broccoli seeds, and a Ziploc bag with paper towel. Dampen your paper towel and then sprinkle the seeds on top. Slide that paper towel into the Ziploc bag and then tape it to the window. Remember to leave your Ziploc bag slightly open so that you'll have some good airflow. Watch that paper bag with the seeds on top as they sprout and have your student observe their findings. Another controlled environment you could try is sprouting a bean in a jar. This one is similar to the Ziploc bag, and you will just take your paper towel, dampen it, put the lid on, and leave it slightly cracked open with a seed on top of that paper towel. Again, have your student maybe draw or observe and tell you about what they're seeing day by day. Our last controlled environment experiment is growing yeast. In a warm cup of water, place some yeast and a little bit of sugar and watch over the next hour what happens.
Now let's practice growing in a more natural environment. Potatoes are brain dead easy to grow. Throw them in a plot of dirt and they'll grow. But let's see what's actually happening. And to speed up this process, there's a few steps we can take. Take a potato, stick toothpicks in it, and leave it partially submerged in a jar of water. After a day or two, you should see it beginning to sprout. Now we can transfer it to its natural environment, place it in the dirt, and see how much better it grows there. Now let's grow some lettuce. Trim the stump off of some lettuce and put it in a shallow dish with water or in a small patch of dirt. Leave it in a temperature-controlled environment near a window and watch as, after a couple of days, it not only begins to set new roots, but also grow new leaves. Try planting these in different environments, whether outside naturally or in the more controlled environments like we talked about by the window or in the mason jar. Now, discuss the similarities and differences between how they grew in each environment with your students. Maybe keep a nature journal and catalog the slow but steady progress as you watch the plants grow or not grow.
Cohesion coin. This next experiment will help your child to observe the concept of cohesion. With a water dropper, drip water onto the surface of a penny, one drop at a time, and count how many drops it takes to cover the penny. Have them watch the vibrations of the water on the surface.
We hope that these 15-minute science activities help your family to slow down and wonder and marvel at God's creation this summer. What are some techniques that you employ with your family to marvel at His creation? Until next time, remember that learning is a lifestyle, so be an everyday educator.